A curse undone by friends. Once upon a time, there lived a little girl named Sophia. Her favorite toy was her stuffed penguin named Pip. Every night before bed, Sophia would read her favorite story, The Tale of Snow White. One night, as Sophia read the story of Snow White's adventure in the enchanted forest, she began to feel very sleepy. As her eyes drifted closed, she found herself no longer in her bedroom, but in a magical forest just like the one in the story. "Where are we, Pip?" Sophia asked, looking down at her penguin friend. Pip just quacked curiously in response. The forest was filled with the kinds of wonders Sophia had read about: singing birds, fairies flickering through the trees, and even a magical stream. "This must be the Snow White forest," said Sophia excitedly. As they explored, Sophia and Pip came upon Snow White sitting under an old oak tree. "Hello," called Snow White with a wave. "Would you like to hear me sing with the forest animals?" Sophia and Pip happily joined Snow White. All the forest creatures gathered around to sing songs together. Sophia was overjoyed to meet her favorite storybook character. But suddenly, dark clouds began rolling in and a chill fell over the forest. An evil cackle echoed through the trees as the wicked queen appeared, holding a poisoned apple. Pip jumped in front to protect Sophia and Snow White from harm. With a loud quack, he startled the queen long enough for Snow White to escape. But now Sophia found herself alone in the dark forest with no way to wake herself from this dream. Would she and Pip be able to help Snow White defeat the evil queen before it was too late? Their adventure was just beginning. Sophia and Pip hurried through the darkening forest, following the path that Snow White had fled down. "We have to find her before the queen does," cried Sophia worriedly. Soon they came upon a small clearing, where Snow White sat crying near a bubbling brook. "Oh, she was so scary, whatever will I do?" sobbed Snow White into her hands. When she saw Sophia and Pip approach, her eyes lit up with hope. "You can help me?" she asked. Sophia nodded determinedly. Just then, they heard the queen's cackle growing nearer through the trees. "Quick, hide," whispered Sophia. The three friends darted behind a fallen log just as the queen emerged into the clearing. "Where are you, my pretty? It's no use hiding from me," she hissed. As the queen searched, Pip peeked over the log and had an idea. He waved his flippers, catching Sophia's eye and motioning to the flowing stream. Sophia grinned, understanding the plan. When the queen turned her back, Snow White and Sophia stealthily crept toward the water. With a mighty quack, Pip suddenly splashed into the brook, causing a big splash. When the queen whirled around, all she saw was Pip floating innocently in the current. "Bah, it was just a stupid penguin," she grumbled, storming off. Snow White sighed with relief. "Thank you for your cleverness and bravery," she said, giving Pip an appreciative pat. Now that the queen was gone, Sophia saw their reflection in the water begin to glow. Could this be her way out of the dream and back home? Holding hands with Snow White and Pip, she leapt into the shimmering brook, and with a flash, found herself waking safely in her bed. But the magic of the enchanted forest would stay with her forever. Though Sophia had returned safely home from her dream adventure, her imagination continued to explore the magical world of the Snow White forest. Each night as she drifted off to sleep, her mind would revisit that place, wondering about the further tales unfolding there. One evening, as Sophia closed her eyes, she unexpectedly felt herself slipping back into the forest once more. She opened her eyes to find herself seated beside the bubbling brook, with Pip the penguin by her side. But Snow White was nowhere to be seen. "I hope she's all right after we left," Sophia said worriedly to Pip. They decided to search the forest to check on their new friend. As they walked, Sophia noticed the trees looked darker than before, and an eerie silence had fallen over the usual songs of birds and beasts. A rustling sound nearby made them freeze. Out from the brush emerged not the wicked queen, but a small bluebird with ruffled feathers. "You must help Snow White," the bird chirped urgently. "After you departed, the evil queen's dark magic grew even stronger. She has placed Snow White under an enchanted sleeping spell." Sophia gasped. "We have to save her." Without a moment to lose, the bluebird guided them deeper into the forest, leading the way to where Snow White now lay in peaceful slumber, trapped within the curse. When Sophia and Pip arrived at the glade, sure enough they found their friend resting silently as if made of porcelain. Pip quacked sadly at the sight. But Sophia was determined to break the spell, just as the prince had done in the story. Leaning down, she gave Snow White a gentle hug and said, "Wake up, our friend. The forest needs your light once more." To their amazement, Snow White's eyes fluttered open. The forest had worked its magic again through the power of friendship. And together, the three friends would now face whatever challenges lay ahead to finally defeat the Dark Queen for good.